Hello, everybody. This is Daniel from Private Lending, and I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule today to listen and come hear about our commercial loan consulting business. And I posed a question to you. Can you sell money? Because this is the business that is a great business for you to be in right now. This is the business that I've been into for the last 25 years. And I always tell people there's no better product than money because who doesn't need more money? Whether it's you trying to make more money to have a better life, you trying to make more money so you can pay your bills, or you buying and selling real estate or flipping properties in order to make money to make a profit and to achieve those dreams that you have. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I've been in this industry for the last 27 years, and I started out as a mortgage broker, and I've been doing mortgage banking for most of my adult life. And I really enjoy helping people. I like helping families. I like helping families that are looking to buy their very first home. And that was always a big thrill for me. Or even when I used to help people refinance and they were able to lower their payments or be able to have 500 or 1,000 or $1,500 more in their cash flow. So those always gave me a satisfaction for doing this business. But now, since we specialize in private lending and hard money lending and deal with mainly real estate investors, I get a real thrill out of helping our real estate investors buy properties, fix them up, and sell them for a profit. So it's really a win-win strategy. They're able to get access to capital, which they can't get from traditional sources, and we're able to provide a great return for us and our investors. So in the last 27 years, I basically wore many hats, but they're all related around lending. So I've been a mortgage broker, mortgage banker, real estate investor, private lender. I have a top-selling book on Amazon, and then a marketing authority. And what I want to do is share with you tonight how and why you should consider becoming a commercial loan consultant. So according to the latest statistics, based on credit and income and so forth, almost 80 million people are locked out of the ability to finance real estate. And that's real estate investors and mom and pops. There's a lot of self-employed people right now who make great income, but because they don't show their income on their income taxes, they're not able to go to the bank, even if they got 30% down, and get a loan. And that's a real shame because that's really, I think the more skin that somebody puts into a deal, the more secure the loan is. It's hard for somebody to walk away from a loan when they put 30, 40, 50, $100,000 down, and it's easier for somebody to walk away from a loan when they only put 3 or 5% down. So while there's 80 million people that are locked out because of credit, income, bankruptcies, and foreclosures, we have products for them. And depending on what part of the country that you're from, we have different products. But the main product exists across the whole United States, which is the hard money loans. And the hard money loans are for investors only. And as long as they put at least 30% down or they have some property free and clear, we can offer them a loan on all different types of properties, from a single family rental to a 100, 200 unit building. And heck, we even did a bowling alley slash restaurant a couple months ago. So as long as there's sufficient equity in the deals and the properties are in a good area, we will finance it. Now, if you happen to live on the West Coast, you're in luck because not only do we help real estate investors, but we also help regular homeowners that have been locked out because the old subprime products are coming back and they're called non-prime or second chance, and we have those products in California, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, and then again Florida, which is not on the West Coast, but for some reason that's where our lender wants to lend their money at the present time. And these are great products that are 30-year loans. They're soft money. They're not the same interest rates as hard money, and they're really the beginning of the comeback of the non-prime loans. So housing needs alternative lending to provide liquidity to the real estate investors and to the non-real estate investors. Borrowers need alternative financing, and passive investors want better yields. This is why you should consider getting into the commercial loan consulting business. So another reason to consider getting into the business is because there's really a reset going on. All the finance companies and subprime lenders are gone. They no longer exist. I mean, I worked at General Finance 25 years ago, and they had been around for 50 years before that. Household Finance, I had a loan with them, one of my first lines of credit on a rental property that I owned. And then, of course, Countrywide and Ameriquest. These companies were all billion-dollar loan portfolios that had been around forever. They are all gone, and really, other than Fannie, Freddie, and FHA, there are no other lenders other than peer-to-peer lending or private lending, and that's people lending to one another. So this is a great time to get back into the business because you can cherry pick the best deals for your portfolio. And on the other side, for us as mortgage brokers of private money loans, we were able to provide very low risk to our investors. And then the people that don't want to invest in real estate, but they still are sitting on money, they are having a horrible time right now because CDs are paying less than 1% on a 2-year 3D CD. I mean, could you imagine if you got $1 million, you put it in a CD for 2 years? I mean, you're lucky if you make, $10,000. Those same investors that invest with us are making 10 to 12%. So on that same $1 million, they would make 100,000 or 120,000, and these are on low loan-to-value loans. So now is the best time to be selling money to real estate investors. Help us lead the housing revolution by providing capital to real estate investors nationwide. Now there's two types of real estate investors that we work with every day and who we enjoy working with. The first one, once again, is the active real estate investor. This is the person who likes to go out there, look for properties that need to be rehabbed, fix them up, and either A, sell them, or B, put them into their rental portfolio for future appreciation and cash flow. And the second is the passive real estate investor. Once again, this is the person that doesn't want to be bothered with buying and selling and tenants. They just want to write a check, and they want to sit back and have that money auto deposited into their bank account every month. So passive investors basically have two options, or they probably have a lot of options, but in my mind, it's either the stock market, which is pretty high now after last year. They can go to T-bills or bonds, which are paying almost nothing, and they don't even keep up with inflation. Or they can choose C, which are secured investments, and that is making loans to real estate investors and to people that own property that have puts a significant down payment or have a significant amount of equity in the property. Active real estate investors only have two options other than private lenders for getting the money. If they don't qualify for a bank loan, they have to use their own cash. And what we find often is that they run out of cash, they have these properties free and clear, and then they'll come to us for financing. So we love working with both the passive and the active real estate investors, and we get paid for helping them. So here's the types of loans we offer nationwide. Property types are commercial office buildings, apartment buildings, some land, residential investments such as single families, 2 to 4 unit rentals, condos, and those guidelines are very liberal, and this is why we're able to help a lot of families. These products are not FICO driven, they're not income driven, there's no seasoning requirements. We can close in your LLC, your corporation, your trust, and we do allow for past bankruptcies and foreclosures as long as they're closed out. How we make secured loans. Our basic golden rule is that we lend 65% loan to value. That means that if a property is worth $100,000, the max we're going to lend is $65,000. This leaves a safety margin of 35%. And if you follow this rule, you should never get hurt investing in real estate. But let me say a caveat there. That $100,000 value, you wouldn't want to do the same equation on a $50,000 property, because then you'd only have like $15,000 worth of safety margin, And that really isn't a lot if something was to go wrong. So you got to have some minimums, and our minimums are, we like the properties to be at $80,000 to $100,000 minimum, and we like to have a $35,000 to $40,000 safety margin or spread. Okay, on the West Coast, as I said earlier, we have owner-occupied loans, and this is exciting because these just started at the beginning of the year, and they are 30-year loans. They're not 1-year, 2-year loans like my hard money products. They have a $75,000 minimum loan amount. The interest rates are very competitive. They're a lot lower than hard money, and we do offer alternative loan docs. So if you have any needs for that, or any customers, or your own need it for yourself, give us a call and we'll like to show you in the specifics of those products. But these are great products for you to be selling across the country, because even if you live in a city or state that doesn't offer the product, if you have customers and you can get customers in the states that we offer these products, it would be a good way for you to make some extra money. So let's talk about the Commercial Loan Consulting Affiliate Program. This program was designed to help you take control of your finances. I mean, if you have a job that you don't love anymore, not passionate about, if you're not making enough, if you want to get in real estate but you don't have money to invest in real estate, this is a great way for you to be involved in real estate without having to have a lot of money. And basically, you do what I've been doing for the last 27 years. You help bring the buyers or the investors that are looking to flip properties together with the people that have the money, the wealthy people that are looking to do better than those bank CDs at 1%. So you can earn money every month by bringing those people together. So if you have a list of those types of people, if you know people that are in those fields, this would be a great way for you to start taking control of your income in the future. Here's how it works. Step one, you're going to collect information over the phone or with an online lead capture page. Somebody's going to fill out a form, or you're going to fill it out, and then you're going to step two, you're just going to submit that to us and go back and start finding more leads. We pretty much don't ask you to learn all the federal regulations for loans, because the commercial loans that we do are number one, they're exempt, and number two, we're basically teaching you how to market the loans. We underwrite the loans and we fund the loans for you. So here's an example of what a lead capture page looks like when you sign up as a commercial loan consultant. So what happens is if you direct people to your web page, they fill it out, and there's several of these. This is just one example. They fill it out. As soon as they complete it, you get an email, we get emailed, we get notified, and you just call them up and you take an application and you find out if they qualify for one of our many programs. Here's a borrower lead capture page, number 2. And then here's what's contained in the commercial loan consulting program. The commercial loan consulting program is an online 24-hour day, 7 days a week system that you can have access to. You can access it from your cell phone, from your iPad, and it basically has step-by-step lead generation system, private lending origination training, online lead generation. We teach you all types of ways to market for free or low budget in your area, how to find borrowers. And we get a lot of calls in, and you have to filter through the BS loan requests and then the real loan requests, and that's what we'll teach you how to do. So who is the Private Lending Group Commercial Loan Consultant Program right for? Well, for passive investors, people who want to find out how to find borrowers and lend their money and earn 10%, this is a great program for you. We have videos, we have forms, we have legal documents you can run by your attorney. We even have a program where we can underwrite the files for you. Motivated individuals. So once again, if you want to get paid for helping real estate investors and developers fund commercial and investment properties nationwide, this is the product for you. Yeah, if you would save your questions until the end, I'll be happy to answer those when the webinars are over. Just type in the text box if any questions that you have. For active real estate investors, these are our number one, these are our best clients. These are who we help every day. I mean, just last week we helped uh, a family in Philadelphia buy a property that they're going to fix up and flip, a row house. And then in Chicago, there was a 4 unit that a person got a good deal from the bank, and he's going to do a great job in a great north side neighborhood. And then we also funded another deal up in the southwest suburbs. So, because what reminds me of that is the wood in the back. All those three projects all require, when you look at them, they're all down. They were all down to the studs. But two of the investors were repeat investors, and one was a new one. And I always love seeing the finished products. We get the reports in every week when they do their construction draws, and we got some in last week, and it's just amazing what people do when they transform a building that is down to the studs into a beautiful masterpiece where you and I would like to live there. So the private lending online training. Who borrows from private lenders? Well, as you can imagine, with 80 million people locked out of the normal mortgage market, there's a huge market there, almost 25% of the nation. Once again, there's many marketing strategies, and we're updating the marketing strategies and materials on a constant basis. Loan application and legal docs, the lending guidelines, that we went over some of those, and really those are very basic, but that's pretty much the guidelines. I mean, what's nice about doing these types of loans versus a Fannie Mae or a Freddie Mac loan is that they don't require all the headache and underwriting that traditional loans undertake. So inside there's a 4-week ongoing training module. So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and then we record all of these videos and keep them in there so you can go back to them as often as you need to. And more importantly, what's so great about private lending versus traditional loans is that we can close loans in as fast as 2 weeks, and we do that on a regular basis. And what that means is the most important to you is that you get paid quicker. So what else you get is that you get the industry best compensation plan with your affiliate membership. Once again, you're going to get lead generation pages, you're going to get online video training, support desk, monthly webinar trainings, copy of my best-selling book on Amazon, and also the ability to network with other producers nationwide. So why choose private lending groups training? Well, there's one company that's been around for about 20 years called the Loan Consulting Company, and they sell a similar product, and they could tell you it's a lot more, and maybe it is, but they sell a similar product for $10,000. Go look them up online. But you don't need to pay $10,000. We're not trying to make money off of you for paying us to train you. I mean, we're charging you a modest, and we're asking you to make a modest investment in your time, and you could get paid $10,000, which is by bringing us the loans. The real money is in the loans. The money is not in having you pay to become a loan consultant. For a limited time, the private lending commercial consultant program is normally $600, but we're offering it for only $397, and you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. As long as you put in the effort and you tell people what you're doing, you get some business cards, you run some marketing, you're going to make your money back in spades. And there are plenty of people today that still own mortgage companies or make their living in mortgages that I trained through this program over the last 20 years. But here's what I'm willing to do for you now if you act quickly, right? We got to give you some extra incentive. So if you purchase the course, the Invest in the Commercial Loan Consulting Program, we will do a reimbursement offer. We'll reimburse the $397 on the first loan we fund, or when you get a private investor to fund a referral with us. So as long as you bring us a loan that we close, or you bring us a lender, private investor, we'll give you your $397 back. Now we're not going to offer that forever, but we're making a push. We're trying to get some dedicated people to get started with us right away, and hopefully you'll take advantage of that offer. So how do you get started? You would just basically go to this link below here, the privatemortgagetraining.com/, and you could sign up right away. I want to take any questions that you have right now, and thank you for attending, and look forward to working with some of you. Some of you are already working with us, and some of you are already working with us, and we appreciate your loans and your leads. Thank you very much. So as much as I am proud of all the loans that we do close, obviously we don't have a solution for everybody. And one of the questions is, do we provide transactional loan packages? No, we don't do transactional loan packages. I don't even know how to do a loan. I've only been doing this 27 years. Somebody's got to teach me how to do that. But for as far as I'm concerned, basically you do all the same work that you have to do for a regular loan, and we don't have investors that want to put their money to work for one day. They want to put their money. All of our loans have a minimum prepayment penalty of 4 months, so our investors like to have their money out there for 4 months. They're not interested in transactional loan packages. Sorry about that. Elaborate on the money back if I bring an investor. Well, that's a great question, Paul. I'm glad you did that. I'd be happy to, if we email me after the seminar, I can give you a call tomorrow and I can go over that. But if you bring in an investor, we have a system that I could share with you. We basically definitely believe in rewarding people and paying people like partners. So if you're, bringing in, whether it's investors or lenders, we definitely want to reward you for that. How many loans should I try to get to make $2,000 a month? Oh, that's a good question. So that goes basically to your average loan size, right? So if you have an average loan size of, our average, we do a lot of loans, lower loan amounts under $50,000, and we average $4,000. So if you did two $40,000 loans and we averaged $4,000, you'd make your $2,000 basically, because you're earning 25%. So you need two $40,000 loans, you need one $100,000 loan, on and on and on. Okay, I know somebody with $2 million apartment building value that looking for guys. I know somebody with 2 apartment buildings. Yeah, we love cash out. Our the favorite call that I like to get every day, and you'll love this too once you get involved, is somebody calls you up, and I got one this morning on the way to work. I didn't even get out of my car before I got in the office, and a lady calls me, and she says, I'm building a house. It's already framed, and I ran out of money, and I need a loan. How much do you owe on it, Anna? And she said my favorite 2 words. It's free and clear. If somebody has a free and clear or a low balance, I'm always going to make them an offer to lend them some money. Will it always be as much as they want or what they need? Not always, but I'm definitely going to be able to do something for them, as long as it's not in a bad area and it's not a beat up property. We do get those in here too, and they are free and clear, and that does get a little tricky. So as long as it's in an area where people want to live, and the property can be in rehab, it can be in a position where it needs to be rehabbed. But if they got money in it, like they bought it for $100,000, and it's going to be worth $300,000 when they fix it up, and they need another $100,000 to fix it up, that's a great customer for us, because we're matching them dollar for dollar. They put in $100,000, we're lending them $100,000. So to answer your question about the cash out, we love cash out deals. We go by the golden rule of 65%. Sometimes we go lower than that, depending on the location and the borrower and their credit strength and their income. Even though I told you we're not credit driven or we're not income driven. Even though we're not credit driven or income driven, I still do my best to give them a better rate because they have a better ability to manage their money and their credit. So anyways, Paul, why don't we talk about your borrower? The soft money loan program, but that I spoke about earlier, is for 1 to 4 units only. So it's not for apartment buildings greater than 4 units. And then once again, it's got to be in those 6, 7 states that we're able to do those in. We don't have those in the Midwest at the present time, and looking forward to getting them hopefully this summer. Anyways, thank you so much for the questions. If you have any other questions, feel free to email me when you get a chance. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to you having a great year, whatever you're doing out there, and make it happen. Have a great night.